I'd like you to direct your attention to our flight attendants for a brief safety demonstration. Don't put your head into your butt. Okay, what? There's no safety, it's space. If the ship breaks, you're dead. Simple as that.
Yeah, basically.
We have escape pods? Excuse me, we are on the way with... well, it's not exactly the speed of light, but nearly. If your ship breaks at that speed, you're fucking dead.
You're going faster than the speed of light.
Yeah, not at the moment, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. In Super Cruise, you're going faster than the speed of light.
Yes, I was just 0.11%. Not percent, but
alright. Yeah.
10%.
How do I get an unknown permit to go through this territory? Because I have no intention of going around it.
You have to do missions, I assume?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Ah, no, I can go under it.
3D.
Can I go above it? No. I can go under it, though. Is there a clear route under? Not really.
Let's spasm everything out. Okay, sorry about that. I had to just... Oh, that's me. Stop it. Oh, here we go. I wanted to confuse the viewers, but I'm apparently confused me as
myself.
Well. Yeah, exactly. I fly much safer, by the way, when I'm playing it without recording.
With what?
What? I fly safer usually. I said.
When?
Now don't record / stream.
Ah, when you don't record, yeah.
Landing gear deployed.
Hashtag robots are people.
Oh, robo-orcs are people too. Fucking hell. There we are.
Landing successful. Ship secured.
I know, I just landed. I know it was successful. Otherwise I would be dead, as I explained earlier.
Yeah, it's kind of like a submarine. So actually, it's a lot like a submarine if you think about it. A spaceship.
Yeah, just less pressure from outside, but more inside. You know.
Yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense that we classify spaces as
This is no water. No, it's not. Sorry.
We classify it as international waters. Which
it is actually.
It does make a lot of sense if you think about it.
It is. That's a fact.
Yeah, I know. I said we classify it as.
It's a. Sorry. Oh, shut up now. Please explain.
You find me waters in space, and I will say yes, it is. Until then, I will say it makes sense, not that it is. Have you seen a lot of water floating around in space? Before
Actually,
you take
yes.
a piss out the airlock.
Actually, yes. The space is full of water, if you don't know that.
What do you mean it's full of water? No, it's not full of water.
It's a lot of water outside there, yes.
What? Okay, time to learn something new. What?
There's a lot of water in the nebulas and such. It's a very common, not element, because it's obviously 2 elements, but there's a lot of water out there.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's still just 1%, but... Wow. Water.
Is space really 1% water?
Galaxy. And if you give me mobile phone...
Is there any water in outer space? There's water on Mars. There's water jetting hundreds of miles into space from Enceladus, one of Saturn's moon. There are icebergs of water hidden on the polar craters of our own moon. I mean, that's not 1%. That's like...
Yeah, it was just... Yeah, like that. That's too long. Fuck you. I'm gonna make this 2 posts. Who cares? That's NASA.
NASA mission explores find such worlds of finding water in surprising places. Water is but one of our search for habitable planets. It may seemingly unrelated worlds in a surprising way. Yet it links many seemingly unrelated worlds in surprising ways. Alright.
That's... Oh, yes, actually we have a chart. We have a chart. Let's disable the bookmark bar because of porn.
No, I'm still refueling, of course I am. Jesus Christ.
You need a better fuel scoop.
I have the best fuel scoop, I think.
Ceres is 25% water. Europa is salty oceans.
Yeah, that's a... Yeah.
Ganymede is basically...
Yeah, that's planets, alright? That's planets,
Hawk.
that's fine. And planets and moons, yeah, that's okay. But you don't... I mean, it's a moon, it's not outer space. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what when water clumps together, it's planets, yes.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. We classify outer space, and we classify nothing as water, essentially.
Water, they get a nebula. Nebula, let's test that. You can
Maybe there is in some nebulas, but nebulas are rare to begin with, relatively.
I think it's easy for hydrogen and oxygen to combine.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
they
but
like
it's-
it
no,
or
it's-
something.
It's what I meant was we classify everything that's not a planet or a moon or a sun or a nebula as water as well. I think I've got everything covered. Or a black hole.
Astronomy is awesome.com, okay?
He's not even
Where
listening.
does water in our universe come from? Okay, I don't want even to
The
read this.
space orcs. Eh.
Yes. This is so much to read. I want a graph. Fuck it. I will Google that later. Anyway, I have some missions to do. I made, since I started recording, by the way, an hour ago, I made 7 million. 8 nearly.
Yeah.
That's for me the fastest way to earn space.
So after 20
dollars.
minutes, to get back to my original point, it makes sense that we classify everything that's not a star, not a nebula, not a moon, not a planet, not a black hole as water because you sail through it with ships. Eh?
Nope.
Yes, you use space ships. So it makes sense that it's water.
But they
Furthermore,
don't sail, they fall.
I don't buy into that. I don't buy into that. Into everything's falling in space. I don't buy into that shit. No. I've heard about it. I know what you mean.
And
I
you don't
buy
like
that.
it,
They're
and you
not falling
dismissed it
anywhere.
immediately. I get it.
I mean, I don't dismiss it, but I really don't like it. It's.
What
No,
else?
it's stupid.
It's not sailing. There's nothing there.
It's suspended, isn't it? Does that not make more sense? It's suspended in vacuum.
Wait a second. Not the live dashboard. Please give me this.
Basically, the idea is in
Suspended.
vacuum itself, and everything in space is falling in a state of
It's not
perpetually
ether.
falling.
Suspended. Hängen, aufhängen, beurlaubt, eingehängt, eingestellt, suspendiert. Another translation for hanging would be hanging.
Well, yeah, suspended, hanging in space. Yeah,
It's nothing there. It can hang on.
it's not hanging on something. It's just suspended in space
I fucking
in
hate
a
you.
vacuum. So
Anyway.
you put like a telephone in vacuum. Does it hang onto anything? No. Is it falling? No. I mean, it's just sort of standing there. If you let it go and you release it with zero force and with zero push, zero friction, whatever. It's just sort of suspended there, isn't it?
That's not suspended on anything. That's the problem with that.
It's not suspended on anything. It's suspended in vacuum. As in, it's not moving. It's not falling either. to imply that it's falling would imply some sort of movement by inertia. And by inertia, there's literally no movement in space. Or no.
If I send this to some science guy on YouTube, they will crucify you. It would be awesome.
No, well, depends on who you send it to first. You're gonna find this idea to agree with me, I promise you. I mean, inertia in space is do what you're doing now forever, isn't it? So if you push it, if you push it in space, it will continue going in that speed into perpetuity. Is this not correct?
Yes. Yes, it actually is.
So what it's doing now is not moving or spinning around in circles. So it will continue doing that. To imply that it's falling means that some sort of force pushed it and it sort of began to fall by a sort of outside force. I mean, I get the idea behind falling. I just don't like the word falling being applied to everything in space because it's not really falling. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of get it.
Alright, so... where the hell was I going with this?
I forgot.
It's like a submarine. Believe it or not, the beginning of this conversation was spaceships are kind of like submarines. And the reason I was going to say that is because if a submarine starts sinking or starts taking in water, you're all dead. You are all fucked.
That's the punchline of this entire...
If a ship starts taking in water, you have upwards of 24 hours to jump off the fucker. I mean, not literally, but there's pumps. It's above seawater to begin with. It's going to float on its own, even if it takes like 40% water on for most ships. There's lifeboats. You can, the number of ways and times you can be saved is overwhelmingly larger than anything in a submarine. Submarine starts sinking, you're fucked. I mean, there is nowhere to go, yeah?
You can pump water out still.
Yeah, but you're pumping water out while water's going in. It's they do have water pumps, but I mean, you're underwater to begin with. You are severely much more fucked than if you're above water to begin with.
I like the saying of you are severely much more fucked.
Yeah.
What? I even talk about this one. So
Is it not true though? I mean, think about it. How many people survive a submarine taking on water and then getting hit by a torpedo or whatever? Like very, very little.
A torpedo will literally split a fucking submarine into the halves.
Yes, it will also split a ship into two halves, but the people on the ship are already above fucking water. They don't give a shit, right? I mean, what happens? Oh, we got slightly wet.
It's an ocean, you moron.
I mean, I get it, but there's other ships that can rescue you.
Okay,
Would you rather be on the ocean or 15,000 feet below the ocean? Or into the ocean, into the depths of the ocean, 15,000 feet.
I love it how we're spinning in circles without any sense, I thought.
Would you talking about no sense? We're making perfect sense.
It's suspended in space, and that's why you should not get a torpedo to the face.
Okay, now that's preposterous. Now you've lost me. We've got the best streams here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the best streams. At this point, I suggest we go on an ad break.
That's actually a good idea.
I suggest we just roll some ads.
What did this start? Oh god. Anyway, I'm going off to the Okaina system to bring this 15 refugees who are probably fleeing from these two generals. These 24
one awkward road trip.
These 24 tourists, which are also going to the same destination. I have no idea what their involvement is.
Are they just watching the conflict unfold with popcorn?
And especially rich tourists who wants to go as well. It would be awesome.
The tourists are just sitting back watching the generals chasing the refugees.
In one ship.
Like, surround the ship in circles. God, that is
fuck!
Road.
I have an illegal passenger.
Well, no shit. I could have told you that.
Why didn't you?